You know those dumb little things we say to be funny? The jokes we think won't stick just pass through the air and vanish? Yeah, I made one of those. And it blew up my entire relationship. I mean, if I was single, I said, laughing, I'd totally date your friend. That was it. Just a passing line, a smirk, and a sip of wine. But that night, his friend helped him pack. And the next morning, I woke up to an empty dresser, a quiet apartment, and the kind of silence that screams louder than any fight ever could. I'm Chelsea. I'm 30. And I ruined a relationship that most people spend their whole lives praying for because I thought I was being witty. Michael and I had been together for 4 years. He was kind, steady. The guy who'd show up with soup when I was sick and rub my back even when he had a headache. He wasn't flashy or over-the-top romantic, but he was real. Safe. Maybe too safe. Because somewhere along the way, I started craving chaos again. Not cheating, not betrayal, just excitement. The kind you don't admit you miss until it's too late. His best friend, Ryan, was the opposite of Michael. Loud, confident. The kind of guy who turns every room into a party. And yeah, he was good-looking, but not just that. He knew he was good-looking. That was the dangerous part. I never flirted with him. Not really. Just banter. Just playful sarcasm. Just enough to make me feel noticed. That night, we had friends over. Drinks. Music. Games. Ryan was being Ryan, laughing, teasing me, doing his usual cocky routine. Michael had gone to the kitchen to refill drinks, and Ryan said something like, "Too bad you're taken." I laughed. And then I said it. The stupidest thing I've ever said in my life. If I was single, I'd totally date you. The room went quiet for half a second. Then laughter. Then a change of subject. But when I glanced at Michael, standing just outside the kitchen doorway, he wasn't laughing. Not even a smile. Just this blank stare. Like he had just heard everything he needed to hear. We didn't fight that night. He didn't say a word about it. He kissed my forehead before bed. But I felt the cold. It wasn't until the next afternoon, when I came home from brunch with a friend, that I saw the boxes, stacked neatly. His side of the closet empty. Ryan was in the living room, helping Michael carry out the last of it. Neither of them looked at me. Ryan didn't smirk, didn't wink, just walked past with his head down. And Michael? He finally looked at me and all he said was, "I hope you meant it, because he's your problem now." Then he was gone. I stood in the middle of the living room, trying to make sense of what just happened. It felt surreal. He didn't even let me apologize. Didn't yell. Didn't slam a door. Just walked out of a relationship like it was already over before the words even left my mouth. I tried calling, texting, even showed up at his office once. But he had already disconnected from me. Emotionally, mentally, maybe even long before that night. Maybe he had been quietly keeping score. All the little jokes, all the backhanded compliments, all the times I made him feel like the safe choice instead of the wanted one. I found out later from a mutual friend that Michael had told Ryan not to talk to me again. And Ryan agreed. Apparently, Ryan told him, if she said that in front of everyone, what is she saying when you're not around? That one hit deep. Because I thought I was just being clever. I didn't mean it. Not really. But maybe there was a part of me, some small, selfish part, that liked knowing I had options. That wanted to feel powerful for a moment. And in exchange, I lost the only person who ever made me feel truly safe. The weeks that followed were a blur. Friends pulled away. My apartment felt too big, too quiet. I tried dating again, but every guy felt like noise. None of them brought me soup. None of them cared how I liked my tea. None of them looked at me the way Michael used to like I was home. One night, I saw Ryan at a bar. He avoided eye contact at first, but I walked up to him anyway. "Can I ask you something?" I said. He nodded, wary. Did you ever feel the same way? Or was I just imagining it? He paused, then said, Even if I did, what kind of guy do you think I'd be if I went after my best friend's girlfriend? Then he finished his drink and walked away. And that's when I realized it was never about Ryan. It was about me. About not knowing how to sit in stability without sabotaging it. About confusing peace with boredom. About not realizing that someone showing up for you every day is rare and worth protecting. I said it as a joke, but I broke something real. And now I get to live with that silence. Every single day.